I'm so looking forward to introducing you to Associate Professor Anita Wong, who is joining us as one of our keynotes for the International DLD Research Conference in 2024. Welcome, Anita.
Oh, welcome. Nice to, thank you for having me.
It's really great, a great pleasure. Many of you may know Anita's amazing work with the Raising Awareness of Developmental Language Disorder International Committee, which is where we've met and collaborated for many years, and has done such a wonderful job with supporting the International Committee. But today we're going to be really talking about your keynote at the IDLDRC event on the 9th to the 11th of September. Anita, could you tell our delegates a little bit about what they might learn from your keynote?
Right. My keynote is about equity of SLP services for bilingual children, and looking forward to what we can do and where we're going to go from here. So we learned that from Professor Bruce Tomplin's work in the US, about 60% of 5-year-old children start formal schooling with a language learning problem that has not been previously identified. And I believe the same percentage applies for bilingual children. So from my keynote, first, my delegates will learn about speech-language therapy services for these bilingual children. And I'll be speaking from the context of New South Wales, Australia. And we know that bilingual children start formal schooling. When they start formal schooling, they come with very different levels of proficiency of the language of the school and the community, which is English in Australia. So the second thing our delegates will learn is that instead of making a one-off diagnostic decision on difference or disorder in these children, we can first screen their language and literacy skills. We can then follow the multi-tiered model of support and provide the level of support they need over time and make a diagnosis of DLD when the evidence is there. And the last but not least, our delegates will learn about the benefits, barriers, and facilitators in the adoption of multi-tiered system of literacy and language support for bilingual children, wherever they are.
Amazing. And it's fantastic to have your perspective, having done a lot of your work in different parts of the world, including Hong Kong,
Right.
and training in the US, and now working with our wonderful Australian students as well with developmental language disorder. So I think that fantastic international perspective on bilingualism, which we know here in Australia impacts around 20% of the population, but many, many, many people around the world will also be grappling with what does it look like to support a bilingual child with developmental language disorder.
Yes, it's certainly a very complex research space, and I look forward to conversations with colleagues in the conference.
So Anita, what are some of the things that you're looking forward to seeing or hearing at the International DLD Research Conference this year?
Well, certainly exchange of ideas between researchers around the world who share a common interest in understanding DLD and advocating for individuals with DLD. And the other thing is also conversations between researchers and individuals with DLD or families of children with DLD. And I'm sure these conversations can help us learn from each other on how to work together to support people with DLD so that they can succeed in school and at work.
And my last question for you, Anita, is why do you think the International DLD Research Conference is so important?
Well, it's a platform, isn't it, for conversations and communication for people who share an interest, either a professional or a personal interest, and who share lived experience with DLD, a platform for us to share ideas and views and perspectives.
So as you've heard, it's a great opportunity to come together and learn more about developmental language disorder. Researchers, clinicians, people with DLD and their family are all welcome to come and learn together. Join us for this year's IDLDRC from the 9th to the 11th of September 2024. Thanks so much for your time, Anita.
Yep, and I look forward to seeing you all.